Every episode's been a world-threatening.
Oh, that was the second window.
That escalated quickly.
Thank you to HUEL for sponsoring this video. More on them in just a bit. Future Viltrumites, we are here to watch Invincible Season 4, Episode 4, 4x4. Aaron, I'm opening up the door to your emotions. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Just did a reaction with the Johns. And yeah, it was definitely an interesting time, but I'm ready to get back into the Invincible mindset. I'm ready to think like a Viltrumite. How are you feeling?
Team Viltrumite, baby.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at right now. I'm always for the Viltrumites.
Of course.
Regardless. Never let anyone convince you otherwise.
We're here to make Earth great again.
Damn right, man. Some people call it propaganda. I call it the truth. Let's get it going, guys.
Just let yourself in, why don't you? What's going on, kid?
I need to go back to the old suit.
I did something terrible. I killed someone. He was possessed and it was gonna spread, but he was innocent.
Well, the fact that you're questioning this and feeling remorse is a good sign.
I almost did it again. I didn't even think about it. I just had my hand around this guy's throat and I wanted to kill him so badly for putting my brother in danger.
But you didn't.
Is killing okay in the name of protection?
I'm him, Art. It finally happened.
There'd have to be a lot more death and destruction in your wake to make you like your dad, Mark.
Gotta be like merciless killing, too. Your reason for violence is different, too.
You know who never came in here worried he was making mistakes?
Yeah, Pops.
If I was possessed and about to hurt a bunch of people and the only way to stop me was to, I'd be thanking you all the way to the pearly gates. You think you've changed for the worse, but I think you're still that kid who came in here a few years ago wanting to make the world a better place.
It's been a few years in real time.
I can't turn back time and undo what you did. But when you're ready to remember who you were, a kid just trying his best, at the very least, I can make you look the part.
Hey.
OG?
Thanks, Art. Sorry. Hey, Eve. No, it's fine. I can do a job. Where?
Oh, doing dog seismic stuff again? Oh, no, this is hell.
Maybe they're connected.
Oh, maybe.
The vial will not be set free. Reign of Underrealm ends now.
Underrealm?
And for eons, your flesh has been tempered in the vortex of that fury.
Huh.
But it is only a whisper of the tempest that rages within me.
That's pretty cool.
Cool design.
Come, face me once again. Shred your bodies against the unyielding will of Volcanica.
Holy shit. That's
Ghost
so
Rider.
metal.
My smoldering talons will savor the fleeting relief your blood will bring.
So this is like actual supernatural stuff now. Yeah, so it must be connected to the merging the science and hell and all that.
Should have waited. Tried conjuring spell once more.
General Krieg.
Let us find out together.
Neat. Like the silhouettes. That's awesome.
Oh, very badass.
My magmanites are infinite.
That's awesome.
The infernal throne is mine, and to challenge my reign is to welcome your doom!
Whoa, cool.
In the battle of fire against fire, the winner is the one who burns bright.
Oh, metal.
Me burn.
The silhouettes make it feel a lot more ancient and calligraphy-like. And there's the shadows, the underworld.
Reminds me of the supernatural version of that John Wick fight.
Mine rivals the deepest chasms of this realm.
Oh, no. Oh. Jeez.
She bleeding? Oh, she's bleeding. Okay. Her insides look the same as her outsides.
Oh, what happens if you kill a demon? Where do they go?
Not defeated. Fated.
I'm afraid you are.
I know that hurts. Oof.
They wouldn't just kill off Damien now, would they?
Hell no.
Pity I can only end your life once.
Nice.
Hurt badly.
Father did worse in his day.
Seems our men
Had an abusive
not
father.
so infinite.
Like your dad.
You'll see how I.
Yes, tag team. Oh.
She's still breathing. Oh, shit.
Oh, God.
Oh, she could pull from the magma core.
Holy
She
shit.
just regenerated her whole body pulling from the earth.
Oh, Toka. I've
You're gonna take her out of her turf.
Can you freeze her somehow?
Where'd I get her to that one planet?
Ah.
Oh, no! Oh, his sister? No, dude. Oh, that's messed up. Oh, jeez. Oh, she's filling her with the magma. That's awful. That is a horrible way to die. Ugh. Fatality.
Thought we had chance.
How foolish you were. Tell him exactly how powerless you are.
Oh, she's gonna let him live.
In fact, tell Satan, I am the great beast now.
Damn.
They don't have abilities to, like, heal or repair these people. The head still seems intact.
Domina, so sorry.
I should close your eyes with him.
Django Fett.
Just carrying the bodies of all your fallen comrades.
So there's an actual gateway to hell that you can take. Like the third episode brought back in the Order and the Dragon, which is a supernatural element as well. So perhaps this season's going to get a little bit more mysticism. Hell being very...
Sci-fi meets fantasy.
Hell being very symbolic of the bad choices that you make during your life.
I need not be summoned. I heard the chaos and thunder of your battle deep in my sanctuary.
That voice sounds different than I think the last one.
Sorry, Master.
Our situation grows more dire, and your plans have only led to failure.
Yikes.
She's still alive?
These scraps are beneath me.
Understand situation
What?
dire.
I was going to feed him.
Still do not have to be so hateful.
Sorry, yes, I will restore them. It may take time as my powers are diminished.
Yeah, see, that's what I was wondering.
I appreciate the loyalty from Clan Darkblood. It is unfounded in my current state.
So that's not father.
Your sister's fury is a wonderful thing. Oh, don't worry, Domina. You'll soon get another chance to restore me to my throne.
Domina? Does that mean dominate? Dominion?
Volcanica may not leave enough left to restore next time. Try conjuring ritual once more instead.
What are you trying to conjure?
Bah! Your ritual is flawed.
No, still have blood left from Guardian crime scene.
Oh.
If widen parameters of spell, what could be brought down? But desperate now.
You gonna bring down an Invincible or Omni-Man?
That's what I was thinking. Have Omni-Man have a little detour before going back to see Mark?
He did ruin this guy's life.
Yeah.
It's another stage of atonement for Omni-Man. Getting forgiveness from someone in hell. How ironic.
Oh.
Ooh, bones
Freaky.
and fiber.
Reforging. I wonder if their torsos are longer now.
Dominari homines, afferte ad infernos.
Is that the same symbol that got him banned here?
Dominari homines.
Oh, cool. Oh, and look like Invincible's boot. Yep.
Yep.
What was that?
Not Omni-Man.
Oh, I thought he was getting
Yellow.
his other suit back.
Damien Darkblood? Where are we?
Underrealm. Place your kind. Call hell.
I'm in hell? No way.
Every day is hell.
Need your help. Matter of grave importance.
Yeah, I was kind of in the middle of something.
Invincible?
Wild.
The mummy thing? Are they dealing with that? Oh, they finally
is
incorporated
hilarious.
into it.
You think I would banish my only viable host?
I think you were losing.
I am eternal!
Wait, what are you doing?
For too long, I must debase myself and settle for a female.
A woman.
Oh my god.
Are you saying that you could have taken a female host at any time and you just chose not to? Shit.
Oh wow. Okay. Finally getting a payoff to this thing that's been set up for the past 3 seasons.
I hope the entire series finale is dedicated to this.
Right. He's the big bad of the entire show.
And now another form of religious symbolism here.
This isn't so bad. Not bad at all.
Egyptian mythology has her own form of hell as well.
How did she... Oh, the male flew her here. Curses! If only this one had the powers of...
Meet
They didn't even break.
Satan. Meet.
Oh,
There it is.
That's Satan?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Release the Dark Lord.
Wait, you didn't bring me to hell to fight Satan.
No.
He's so ready.
Please. Violence like that is merely foreplay for my kind.
Dude, gross.
So what's faith in
Outside.
this world?
Now.
Do you get condemned to heaven or hell? But then there's also like the other spiritual stuff here.
Hell is actually real.
Hell. Demons.
Gnarly.
All of it real. None of it as you know.
Oh, they might actually explain the things I'm asking.
Cecil exercised me to hide truth about Father. Same way brought you here. Just reverse.
You exorcised me to hell?
That's interesting. I didn't know you could do that.
Volcanica stole Infernal Throne from Satan. Commands Underrealm now. Must defeat her.
Look, I'm not in a good place right now. And I can't work for the devil.
Interesting.
Satan, not evil. Your world not threatened by Satan. Your world exists because of Satan.
What?
Elaborate.
Surface dwellers live in 6th age of existence, unaware of previous 5.
Holy crap.
Surely notice giant monsters, behemoths that remain
They're not a radiation thing?
are from 2nd age.
Ah.
Satan and demons are of 5th age. We do not speak of 3rd age.
Well, you also left out the 4th.
Was building up to for dramatic purpose. For millions of years, the vile ruled planet. They are foul creatures, cannot be killed, somehow survived to 5th age.
Is that Volcanica in them?
Demons drove Vile to here, Underrealm, imprisoned them, kept them weak with torture. Many died to make it so.
Cool.
Without demon sacrifice, humans never evolve. No cities, no language, no you. Satan led demons against Vile so others may live in peace.
Oh, the protectors.
Our sacrifice is not entirely altruistic. Unending torture was already our thing.
Okay, so this place is just deep inside the earth.
Yeah, it's just another part of the world.
I just need to fly up.
Most likely
Interesting.
would tire before reaching surface.
That's what hell is, huh? In this world.
Volcanica hates humans. She aims to release all Vile Sending to surface would be end of world.
So no dock seismic.
Yeah, she's like the next level up from Dog Seismic, I guess.
You don't understand. I'm the wrong guy for this. Just send me home.
Every episode's been a world-threatening thing. Every episode.
Back to back to back.
I'll just make things worse.
Already as worse as can get.
Stop just turning what I say around on me. I'm serious.
Situation also very serious.
Where the shadows are makes it look like I have a mustache and a soul patch.
Apologies. Not trying to be insincere. Just truth. No other options.
He doesn't feel like doesn't talk like the investigator anymore.
What do you need me to do?
I will restore Clan Darkblood. You will retrieve what will restore me.
I wonder if there's an ulterior motive here.
Volcanica and Magma Knights drove demons away.
Does Satan want to rule as well?
Vile kept at bay by flames of Underwhelm for now, but HUEL will escape soon.
I learned that this was the Damien Darkblood stuff that was added, wasn't not in the comics. I'm very curious how this adds to the overall narrative.
Damien Darkblood is not in the comics?
No, the first season stuff is, but what we saw at the end of season 3 and this stuff is fresh for the show, brand new.
We're going down there?
Satan's molten crown, forged of pain and source of strength. Volcanica cast into bottomless pit. None in Underrealm with power to retrieve. Reason for bringing you here. Was expecting Omni-Man.
Okay. I see.
You see what?
Why they did it, because he was already having qualms about viewing like he was his dad, and now he has to do something in place of his dad.
Unsure if should offer condolences or congratulations.
Why do you think he'd help you anyway?
Thought could convince to save planet, even for one like him.
Well, why didn't you just climb down and get it?
Not idiots. Creature with great power guards crown below.
Of course. Let's get it over with.
Okay.
Whoa, okay.
Save energy. Allow gravity to help. Just catch before bottom.
Oh, just fall.
Yeah, I mean, it's not exactly tiring, but sure, we can do that. Hey, if there's a hell, does that mean there's a heaven too?
No heaven we know of. World doesn't have balance that humans pretend there is. If world ever brought truly to sight of good, no need for balance. Make Earth heaven instead of imaginary one.
Yep.
And sky.
Yep. Yep. Think about that.
Worked with father many times. Omni-Man never asked questions, only hit things. There is detective in you.
Oh, finally. Bringing it out.
Or I'm just going through some stuff, and this place is really messing with me. Hey, why? Why do you keep doing that?
Doing what? What?
Oh my god.
That, the helmet thing. Every time you talk, it peels off your head, and then it comes back when you're done.
Is that a commentary on the MCU? With the nanotechnology? That's so funny.
Why?
Why what?
Why have the helmet do that at all? It looks pretty complicated. Why not just add a microphone?
This feels a little like a filler episode.
Keeps things interesting.
Okay, man. I just don't get who thinks up a retracting helmet in the first place. It's super weird. Like, what was the problem that this was a solution to?
Nearing bottom, please catch.
Oh my god.
You said there was something guarding this thing.
Cerberus, once protected entrance to Underrealm, failed to stop Volcanica. Banished here.
Well, maybe it's napping. Come on. Let's hurry up and...
Whoa.
Nutty. Oh, hello.
You okay?
No.
Holy shit.
I think I can handle this. But
Damn.
you... Don't worry, I'll catch you again.
What?
Save money on the fight.
Yeah, we've had a lot of just still shots with barely any animation.
He'll catch you, he said.
Check it out. It's not as hot as it looks.
There we go.
We got your crown.
No!
Uh-oh.
Oh, you don't want it to go to Satan?
Crown fragile.
Oh.
Eons ago, I forged this molten crown and imbued it with the souls of the vanquished.
Holy shit.
With their power, I ruled over an era of peace the Underrealm had never seen.
Whoa.
Freaky.
Torment of the vile does not prepare one for war. We must draw upon our memories of old.
Oh, there's the Satan we know.
Yeah.
We must quake these caverns with our might until our victims beg for mercy through jaws crushed.
There it is.
Whoa, gnarly Satan look.
Oh, I'm looking big.
I'm looking big.
Looking mean.
Like Has-Been Hotel.
Oh, yeah.
The abs.
Back.
Of the guitar in the background.
I'm not bowing to Satan.
I wonder if this was like one of the comics that they didn't actually get to produce, but they want to bring it to life here.
Speaking about oneself.
I helped you get the crown. Just send me back already.
Path of good, difficult. Sometimes must choose least of two evils. Demons torture vile, world safe. Demons not torture vile, all die.
This episode should really click with me.
This type of episode?
This episode should, but it's
Yeah.
not quite.
Need help one more time. Defeat Volcanica. Free demons. Stop vile, please.
Theme-wise, I guess it still ties into the themes of the season, especially with making up for the sin of a father.
Yeah, and the irony of him going to hell to learn how to be a better hero. Him going to the place of evil to learn how to be a good person, essentially. Or reconcile with his own feelings.
Domina.
Damn, Satan.
Vile almost restored. Little time remains.
Then take her.
Her? Do like the 80s metal approach, at least.
Father wanted you to carry her. Beast of Megoria calls you. I believe in you, brother. Kick hideous bitch's ass. Your time is near. You will devour humanity and wipe the surface world clean. I and my Magmanites will rule the fiery realm that replaces it.
There's still time to save the episode for him, but it's currently ranking as my least favorite episode of the entire series.
I would agree.
Hey, Brimstone Breath. I've had as much of your shit.
Finally ready to die, then.
With as much exposition as there been, it kind of feels like a backdoor pilot in some ways for like some other thing.
Well, it actually feels like an 80s cartoon.
Get Satan to Volcanica. She falls, they follow.
But
Because like because it hasn't been set up prior, it has to do the heavy lifting of all the lore for what is going on here.
A clear path. Then it's all you guys.
I'm getting a vibe that like a lot of this is in tribute to something, and I'm just not quite picking it up.
Could be because they're all in their specific uniforms and their colors, and yeah, I feel like that team aspect definitely harkens back to shows from the 80s and 90s. Ooh, got him.
Surrender.
I thought you were the smart one.
Satan, where's all your crazy power?
Oh, wow. Hey, you got the Eternal Crown, bro. We should be able to 1v1 her. Are you serious?
Help them out, Invincible. Punch that woman.
You think I let you and your clan survive simply for fun? Now I have Satan himself.
Oh, is there a whole plan?
Your death will soon be followed by millions more as the vile purge Earth of all surface.
Invincible, killer.
Prepare it.
Satan's pretty weak.
My rule.
Yeah.
And how do you intend to stop me?
That's all it took.
If he killed her in one shot.
Her head can't grow back?
That's hilarious if that's all it took.
She was gonna kill you, and then everyone else. Even if the Guardians or someone managed to stop her, people still would have died.
You don't have to justify this.
Invincible!
I guess it is relevant to the theme.
Is there something we can do to stop her from just coming back again?
There is no victory here.
Can you spread her body parts? Oh, no, she
It
grows.
just keeps growing it, yeah.
I will not
Can you take her out of HUEL?
surface dweller.
Bring her to the surface. Volcanica will return.
Far easier than anticipated.
If she comes back, just summon me again.
The Vile.
Whoa.
They've risen.
That's like a Guillermo del Toro creature.
You are literally useless.
All yours.
What is the point of you?
Oh, I ruined a costume.
So close.
Go. Gather your brethren.
This is a strange episode.
Our work must continue if this world is to survive.
It's like G.I. Joe in hell or something.
You're far stronger than any human I've met.
I'm not completely human. My father was a Viltrumite, an alien from another planet.
Who would believe such a thing is possible?
Nice work, brother.
All that remains, sending Invincible home. Not just Invincible.
Repaid your debt and then some.
Darkblood's returning.
Oh, good.
You never know when a seventh age might come along. Don't know what to say. We owe you a debt, Damien Darkblood. Do us proud.
Who's voicing him?
Sounds a little bit like Bruce Campbell, but I don't think that's him.
Were you going to say something before that?
Oh my God.
Oh.
It's gonna be the most gorgeous superpowered super baby ever. Congratulations.
Okay, and we're back.
Or not.
Will's finding out before.
William, this isn't something I want. There's no way that I'm ready to have it.
That bridge is where they first kissed.
That's a good catch.
That's the first time I've said it out loud.
I'm here for you.
Lady Yaya.
Have you told Mark?
Not yet.
You probably should, right?
I haven't found the right time.
Oh, good.
So then obviously you two weren't.
No, we weren't trying. It just happened. We were using protection. I want to have children at some point, but not now. I'm not ready. At least I don't think I am.
You sound unsure.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Very astute observation.
I love Mark, but
Then talk to him. For the love of God, talk to him instead of me. Sorry. Here for you, babe.
Oh, he never grabbed it.
Now he will, yeah.
Now he's worthy.
Good for you, kid.
He's back.
I do prefer this outfit.
As I'm sure you've noticed, Paul and I have become very close over the last 6 months.
We saw you making out.
Oliver, we've been talking a lot, and we both want to take our relationship to the next level. So we're going to buy a house together and sell this one.
Whoa.
Where am I gonna live?
You'll both live with us as long as you want.
I don't want to live with Paul. He's boring.
When is this happening? Did you already list the house?
No, of course not. I wanted to tell you both first.
I can't believe this right now.
Right now.
You should do this if it makes you happy. Paul's a great guy, and I'm glad you're moving forward with him.
Thank you.
I get to pick my new room first.
Oliver's just a typical teenager.
Hello?
Sorry, just thinking.
About what?
My mom's gonna sell the house and move in with Paul. Also, hell is real.
What?
There's a Satan and demons who torture people, but they're not actually people, and it's technically a good thing. It's as weird as it sounds.
But it's technically a good thing.
I'm not okay, but maybe I'm getting there.
This episode's
There's
making
never
me
going to
tired.
be a good time for this, but
This is making you tired.
Holy shit.
Pops.
Papa. And Alan! Please don't end here.
Oh, it's definitely going to.
There's no other way. We need you. The time for war is upon us.
Wow, and he wrote this one, too. I do think this was like an unused story.
Hey, Darkblood back.
That's cool. Got more grays.
Volcanica was content to dwell in the bowels of this planet for ages. Yet now she wishes to wage war on the surface. Why? Thirst for power. There's more to it than that. Something the humans are doing has enraged her. Find out what and report to me.
Oh.
Feel there may be a need for my scorched flesh to be kissed by the gentle heat of the sun once more.
Oh, no. They sent Darkblood for selfish reasons.
Was afraid of this.
All right.
Reject Nation, do you ever feel like life is just constantly moving? Like, you're always on the go, always in a rush, and eating healthy is the thing that keeps getting pushed aside. That's been me for a few years now, and it can be a real struggle to maintain eating healthy. And that's honestly why we've become so dependent on what's this stuff at HUEL? What a natural segue that is. But also, we got 3 fridges around here, and we have these fridges stocked with the ready to drink. A lot of times going to events from here, I bring them with me. You'll often see Coy and I drinking them on camera for a reason, because it is a complete meal in a bottle. 35 grams of protein, 27 essential vitamins and minerals, slow release carbs, no artificial sweeteners, gluten-free, and it actually helps keep us full. I would drink HUEL while on my cut, where I lost a crap ton of weight last year. Coy currently on a cut for the past few months, and he's drinking these a few times a week. Plus, it's under $5, which makes it way easier to stay consistent. And then when I want something a little bit more built, I'll use the Black Edition powder. We got so much in that other room right over there. You can blend it with frozen fruit, ice. Sometimes I mix it with my hydration drinks. Same complete nutrition, just more customizable. And now, even though I'm no longer on a cut, I've been working on maintenance, it helps so much more to have something like this to maintain. So if you're like me, where the days feel nonstop, this makes staying on track simple and delicious. So for a limited time offer, you can get HUEL today with my exclusive offer of 15% off online with my code REJECTS at HUEL.com/rejects. New customers only. Once again, that's HUEL.com/rejects, code REJECTS. Thank you to HUEL once again for partnering and supporting Real Rejects. Well, guys, we just watched Invincible. It was Bruce Campbell.
Oh, good. It's good honor. Good to hear.
I'm proud of myself. Everyone, I'm proud
Chloe
of myself.
Bennett. Nice. Job.
From what?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Blue Sky. Oh, okay.
But I remembered her name. Okay. Well, I nailed one thing. Guys, hey, thanks to everyone who's been joining our Patreon page. And I'm trying to reserve judgment till later, but then sometimes judgment might be building up. And I'm like, I got to let some of this judgment go so I can go back to just trying to receive what an episode is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to mature. I didn't like this episode, though. Yeah, I'll be very honest with you guys. I
Yeah, right there with you.
I didn't like it. And here's the thing. I remember we didn't really care much for the Immortal episode the last time when we reacted to it. On my rewatch, I really enjoyed the episode. On the rewatch, I did. I'm having a hard time seeing myself having a rewatch-like experience. I found myself having like a mental effort to notice good things and appreciate stuff, you know. And then I'm like, oh, I'm really trying right now, though, to appreciate it when I'm like, I'm just not connecting with this. And as someone who grew up like very Catholic and has always been interested in like religion and finally seeing the underworld and understanding like the mechanics of this, I felt like every part of this is something that should have really appealed to my sensibilities, and it just was kind of flat and not. It wasn't even fun, you know.
Yeah,
I could even settle for like a fun side episode, but I didn't even find it fun. And like, there's essential stuff at the end.
Yeah, it was like we had to get through the boring stuff to, I guess get to the more interesting thing when the latter half of the episode, which is Damien Darkblood being an investigator once more, which was really something that was a compelling small side story in the first season. But the journey to get there was kind of underwhelming, kind of boring, and I felt like because this is something they added. And you maybe that's a correct theory about this like unused stuff that he wanted to put in the comic that he didn't get a chance to. But the way it comes across in the show is like, we want to add this brand new story and give you all this lore dump and all this exposition while we're not really spending a lot of time developing the other characters and arcs we have going on. There's already a lot going on as is. And coupled with that, I felt like, look, I know that they have to turn around this show in a quick amount of time with, being less than a year since the last season. But there's just a lot of parts where it was just kind of still images and just information being rattled out. Yeah. And I was like, okay, this is a lot of lore. I'm not necessarily the most engaged in this lore that's happening, but I'm like, okay, there's parts that are interesting here and there. And then the conversation with Darkblood and Mark as they were falling was like a fun commentary on like how, MCU superheroes kind of take the mask on and off, or just like things in media in general. But yeah, at large, it didn't do a whole ton. Plus, the whole conversation with Mark not feeling like he's not worthy of the costume, and then the next time we see him, he's wearing the costume, and then he goes and gets it at the end. But I was like, I don't know. I think things have been switched around there.
Well, he got called in for a job, and he was fighting the mummy thing.
Yeah.
And he did pick up the call and say he would get it, before someone writes that to you. Yeah, that's like the one part. Well, the thing with Darkblood is what makes him engaging is specifically the setting when he is a detective and the contrast when he's with other people with personality. There's like a dynamic range, but when it's just like Darkblood and stoicism and the same like one-note delivery the entire time, which is his character, but that character works in contrast to someone else not that way, and it's like the Satan characterization wasn't exactly. It seemed like the cheapest way to try to make him fun, like the most generic way to try to make him fun, and the the interactions with Mark and stuff weren't particular. There was just like no real energy to this episode. It just felt very like it was a little boring. It was a little boring, and there's like things in like was there anything? Was there what did you like appreciate it about the hell stuff?
I thought Volcanica's looked cool.
It was it was a cool look.
It was a cool look. It was cool seeing Cerberus.
Who?
The three-headed dog.
Oh yeah.
Even though I think that was an example of like something they chiefed out on. They didn't show us the fight itself, just Damien Darkblood coming in, and by the time we're back here, he's already got the crown. We didn't even see the battle.
For our first time in hell, it's just flat.
A little underwhelming.
Like the underworld is just like lava and rock.
We're trying to stay positive. We're trying to be positive.
There's no like setting. The setting is just rock and lava. You know, like this is the Underworld. This is all you really have here.
Yeah,
and then I'm not invested in these characters at all, and the show's giving me nothing to really invest in.
And also, it's kind of funny the fact that this is an animation, because with animation you expect there to be like a sense of freedom with the amount of things you can show, and like it is in part a visual medium. So the fact that we're going through this whole story about the different ages, but they're not showing us the stuff and just him talking about the ages.
Yeah,
I was like, they could have shown us that. That would have been an interesting thing to witness.
Still images or something.
Something, yeah.
Just to kind of mix it up. Do that still image thing where you have sounds and the camera just moving across. That way you don't have to like animate movement.
Yeah, but at least give us a visual representation of the things that you're talking about.
That might even be on the more nitpicky side. Or
For sure.
I would get people saying that nitpicky to us. Like this, I think this episode just had the cardinal sin of entertainment, which is it wasn't entertaining. It was just boring. And like I didn't care about the characters. The fighting was kind of cool. I appreciated the opening fight. I think the opening fight was like the best part of the whole hell sequence.
Yeah. And then you can see the silhouettes and how they're fighting in hell with that.
The intention to like making it all metal was pretty cool.
The music was a lot of fun.
Glad to get Darkblood back, I guess. I mean, I like him in the Earth setting.
Yeah, Eve got to confide in somebody about the baby.
But even that writing was like weird. There's something about that writing that's like, it just didn't. It seemed like they had to make that. They had all that stuff. So Mark comes like in terms of like I guess the season storytelling. This is the thing that propels him to feeling a little bit more worthy of donning the suit and being a hero again. That's what this episode serves as. So I guess it justifies its existence within the season. It's not solely filler. Even though it kind of reads that way, but it's not because of how the last like 10 minutes of this episode are.
It feels it feels like a chess piece in moving the story along rather than moving our characters' arcs along.
Yeah.
Not in an integral way, anyway.
So Eve has a moment about the baby. Nolan's back. I just wish that was in a more rewarding episode.
Yeah, I was like, this is not one you can skip because important stuff happens at the end. But
it's made me really tired. I felt like closing my eyes.
I feel so bad because I'm like, obviously we love the show. We've been doing it for like 4 years now. It's 4 seasons now. But something about this one just was not hitting, man.
This might be the only episode in the entire series I've ever outright not liked.
Yeah.
This might be the only one. It's kind of crazy.
And it's the one that's not derived from the source material as well, which is interesting.
Yeah. On my first watch with the Immortal in the Future episode, I wasn't a big fan of that episode. But on the rewatch, I really liked it. But I wouldn't say I outright disliked that episode. This one is like, oh, wow, I really just don't like this episode.
Do you feel like when you rewatched the Immortal episode, you were able to appreciate it because you knew what the entirety of the story was going to be?
Yeah, I was picking up on the theme of the season a lot better on the rewatch, and because I was like more on a binge session, I just was able to view it in a different lens where I'm at in life. That always affects things.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe younger me or older me might appreciate. Maybe a version of me in the past might appreciate this episode more. Maybe a version of me in the future might like this episode more. But today, I really don't. That's just like President Greg is not a big fan.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe this Damien Darkblood stuff, even though how it was set up was not interesting. Maybe what comes of it could be interesting because he said something about something the people on Earth are doing or causing this uprising and this change of what's happening in hell to come to the surface. So maybe whatever Cecil's doing is causing it. Maybe that can connect to the DA Sinclair stuff or something that we've already established, or maybe the crime syndicate stuff and like the criminal organization. Maybe that's causing hell to kind of have an uprising. I don't know. I'm just trying to piece together from the stuff we already know rather than them making an entirely new plot rather than merging plots together.
I mean, them building up the lore of what the Underworld is, their commentary on if heaven is real, then why not just make heaven on Earth? If God is real, why not just what's the point of sending people to Earth? if the whole point is it should just go to heaven, why not just put people in heaven right away? You know, and so like the commentary, the underworld for a guy who's dealing with the idea of murder, and murder being one of the biggest sins you can commit. There's something interesting that I think they could have done. There's but they, in terms of like dialogue dynamics, pacing, animation, setting, characterization, just every part of it. There's nothing more to say. Honestly, there's nothing more to say.
Yeah, some of the dialogue from the demons is a little strange as well. Just like they were talking very like contemporarily. It was like, oh.
That's what I mean. It felt like a cheap way to try to get some laughs.
Yeah.
It's like what people criticize the MCU for, when like people don't sound like a character now. They just sound like a joke they're writing.
Totally. Yeah. That's how I felt.
I don't think the MCU does that anywhere near as much anymore because they got on like so much shit about that. But like that period.
That period of time.
Yeah.
Different garb now, so they changed it, or at least the different garb with Disney, and then they listen to fans. So,
but hey, maybe there's people who were watching this who actually really enjoyed the hell out of it.
Yeah, and let us know what you guys liked about it. If this was one of the episodes you really rocked with.
Yeah, I'm not here to try to change your opinion. I know you people will try to change ours. So just go for and maybe you guys might point something out in the comments that makes one of us go, oh yeah, that makes me see it in a different light.
Yeah. Hopefully, I'm always down to have my perspective changed.
Wow, and then the fact that Robert Kirkman wrote this one himself.
Yeah.
I want to look that up really quick. Maybe there's information on before we head out. Was there? Let's just go to an actual thing. I'm hearing I'm going to go to Google Gemini. I'm hearing there's expanded storyline of Darkblood in Invincible Season 4 that is not in the comics, is what is being inserted, adapted from stuff they weren't able to do in the comics prior. Hopefully that question makes sense to this. To Google. Come on, Google.
Analyzing the inquiry.
I feel like they would have talked about that if that was the case.
Yeah.
You know for sure that was
because I remember him saying that.
Okay. It's taking his time.
It's thinking.
It's really researching here. Yeah, so it is that. He wanted... The new Darkblood arc is directly adapted from a concept he always wanted to explore in the original comics but never got around to executing.
Ah.
Yep, that's it.
Interesting.
Well, maybe there's a reason why it didn't go in the comics.
We love everything else, though. Everything else has been really great so far.
It has been. Oh man, I'm so tired now. I just felt like my brain was doing work to try to appreciate it.
Man. You're really trying to be the optimist.
Then after 30 minutes, I was like, this isn't working for my brain anymore. I can't do this anymore. It's really trying to be more optimistic. Oh, well.
Well, this seems like the next episode is going to be really good.
The next episode, I feel like, will be fire.
Yeah.
Damn, that seems like integral and a necessary jolt.
Yeah, this was the setup episode rather than an integral part. So hopefully, the stuff that we went through here will be important for Mark and his journey going forward, and the rest of the season will be awesome.
Oh, the animated series. This doesn't happen in the comics. There's never a banishment in the comics.
Oh.
So I guess that was established to try to get this storyline one day in here.
Fascinating. Okay.
All right. Okay. Well, what'd you guys think? We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.